feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could take
problem is. Can you guys hear me now? God, I haven't been on fucking StreamYard so long that I don't know what the fuck's going on. Can you guys hear me? I don't even see the little thing moving. What the hell? You see, this is why I really can't. Thank God. This is crazy. I'm so sorry, you guys. This was not purposely done. You guys, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. God. Why? Why does this always happen to me? Okay. So you guys can hear me. Can you hear me loud and clear now? We good? Are we good? Okay. Hi, Aesop, Anna, Stella, Magical Eyes. Oh, I like that name. Stella, I miss you too, sweetheart. Catherine, Phoenix. As I have told you guys, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that it did that. As I've told you guys, I'm going to slowly be transitioning back, being consistent, talking about true crime mostly, and talking about different things that we haven't talked about. Still talking about clowns, but not as much. So I'm here. I'm happy. I hope you guys are happy. I love y'all. And I'm slowly transitioning back and getting back to the swing of things, even though it's still going to be a very busy summer for myself and my little guys. My oldest, not my oldest, but my middle child, which is Donovan, he's out of summer school. Thank God. So, I just wanted to let you guys know that the consistency will be back. Missed you guys always. You guys are amazing. Thank you for your support, being there for me no matter what. Now, I have literally been racking my brain with this case. This is a very, very complex case, even though it is an incredible story and the outcome. I missed you too, and thank you. I missed you guys. The outcome of what's happened with this case is not. This is not the normal outcome when it comes to Black women. Let's be real here, and I'm going to give you guys some statistics, but this is the first case that I really wanted to talk about because, like I said, my fiance is he's like a detective, okay? And I'm kind of like a detective, not as good as him, but we have been brainstorming over this particular case since the very beginning. It's a very complex and let's just say that we've had questions from the very beginning. But I have to say what I feel because it's also getting very embarrassing the way that a lot of people are handling this particular story, especially on TikTok. Thank you, Stella, for understanding. I appreciate you guys. Okay, so I want to just, update you guys on, for those of you who really don't know about this case, and I'm sure people are going to catch the replay. So for those of you that don't know, I just want to give you a recap and let you know what happened from the very beginning. This is Carlee Russell. She is absolutely beautiful, gorgeous. She is 25 years old. She goes to nursing school, which very, very much shows that she is a very caring, she's very caring and has a big heart. Nursing school is, you take care of people. You have to want to take care of people. It has to be your passion in order to achieve nursing school and to be a good nurse. I know that because my niece is a nurse practitioner. If you guys hear my little guy in the background, I'm sorry. Okay, but Carlee Russell is from Alabama, and Carlee went missing on Saturday, which, if I'm not mistaken, and correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, which was July 13th. She was at work, and when she got done with her shift, she stopped at a local fast food place and got herself something to eat. And I think she got something to eat for her mother as well. And on her way home on the highway, she saw a toddler between the ages of 3 and 5. That's a toddler. And from what the story is, this toddler was a male, a little boy. And she saw this child on the side of the interstate on 459 South. Okay. And when she saw this child, she called 911 and told the dispatcher that she saw this child. And after the call, Russell stopped her vehicle to check on the toddler and called a family member who lost contact with her. When she was on the phone with her sister-in-law, when she pulled over to the side of the road. Okay, so don't get this confused. After she ended the call with the 911 dispatcher, she called her sister-in-law. And while she was on the side of the road, she pulled over, and as the toddler was walking, she asked the toddler, "Is he okay?" And from what the sister-in-law says, the toddler did not respond. And if the toddler did respond, she did not hear the toddler respond. And after she asked the toddler if he was okay, her sister-in-law heard Carlee scream, and then the call didn't abruptly end. She heard a scream, and then they continued to hear noises, but she realized that was traffic. And I think the phone ended up hanging up on its own, or I'm not sure. I think the sister-in-law ended up ending the call and then calling Carlee's parents and 911. Now, when hold on, let me make sure. Yeah, the call remained open, according to the Hoover Police Department. So after they heard Carlee scream, they heard obviously cars and, on the highway. That's what they heard in the background. And I'm pretty sure the sister-in-law ended the call to call 911 and, tell the family. Now, when the officers arrived to the scene, they found Russell's vehicle and some of her belongings, including, I don't like that they put this in here. I don't think this was necessary, but they did find her hair, okay, her lace front wig. They found her phone and her purse, but no sign of her or the child, according to the police. Now, at around 10:45 p.m. on Saturday, the Hoover 911 Center received a call that Russell had returned home on foot. Now, 2 days later, this was 2 days later. Now, I'm pretty sure this was, 2 days. She was gone for 2 days, 48 hours. So here's the thing. During this 48 hours, I am going to say, am I 100% pleased with the coverage that Carlee got? No. Okay. And I'm going to warn you right now. I'm going to give you a trigger warning, because if you have any type of fragility, this is not the place for you. Because at the end of the day, yes, I am very, very happy with the attention that Carlee's case got, but it's never going to be enough for me when I know the attention that blonde hair, blue eye woman would get. So, but she did get a lot of attention. It blew up on TikTok. There are people on TikTok acting as though they solved this damn case. Okay. Lots of prayers, including for myself, my family, because it's a story that really touches your heart. Obviously, because she pulled over to see this toddler, to see if this toddler was okay. No one else did, but you have to wait to hear my opinion towards the end. No one else did, but it just shows her genuine heart, right? So everybody was praying. This case really blew up. It really did get attention. And then at around 10:45, which was Saturday, the Hoover 911 Center, they received a call that Russell had returned home on foot. The Hoover police said in a press conference, or not a press conference, but they had said on a Saturday afternoon news release that she had returned home banging on her parents' door at 10:45 on a Saturday. Now, police officers and the fire department responded to the scene and transported Russell to the local hospital, where she was treated and released, according to the police. Now, it's unclear where Russell had been since Thursday, and no further details were provided. Like there's nobody knows. And because nobody knows, it's really starting to get ugly. Okay. Nobody knows what her whereabouts were. It's very unclear where Russell had been since Thursday, and no further details were provided. Now, the police said they were able to take an initial statement from Russell. The details of the statement are a part of an ongoing investigation, which is expected to continue over the next few days. The release had said, the news release. Now, police said they are investigating traffic camera footage as part of the investigation. That footage is still being analyzed as part of the investigation in conjunction with the 911 call to accurately determine the time frame. And that's what they released in the news. Now, the police department is very happy that Russell has returned home safely. Hoover Police Chief Nicholas Durzis told an CNN affiliate, he said, and I quote, "We wanted her to come home safe and sound, and we'll hope that that's what happened here," he said. "And I couldn't be more excited, and I hope the community feels the same way. The first thing is to give Carlee and her family a little time to get themselves back together," he said. And that's what he reported. Now, and he also said, "I know it's been a tough experience for them. When we think it's time to sit down and have a conversation with Carlee and try to get some facts, we'll do that." Now, news of Russell's disappearance sparked, a 48-hour frenzy. Like everybody was like, it was crazy. Like I'm very, very happy, not to the fullest, but I'm very happy with the coverage that this case has gotten. Now, the news of Russell's disappearance sparked a frenzy 48-hour search and effort across the area, which police are offering a reward of $25,000. That's what they were offering for Carlee's safe return. Hoover police said they are working to build a timeline of Russell's actions in the hours before her disappearance. She left for work around 8:20 p.m. Thursday, then ordered food, traveled to pick it up. They were unable to find anyone who was with Russell from the time she left the restaurant to the time the 911 call had happened, according to the release. Now, Hoover, a prominent suburb of Birmingham, is located just south of the city, obviously, Alabama. So that is the update, okay, with this, okay? Now, I want to give you guys another update that happened a few hours ago, okay? Before I start talking about some things. Okay, hold on. I had it. So this update happened 3 hours ago. So I want to read to you guys what this update says. So it says, Hoover police are combing through numerous pieces of evidence in the disappearance of Carlee Nicole Russell after she was returned home alive and safe Saturday night at 10:45 p.m. Saturday. Police said they received a call that Russell had returned home on foot. Police responded to the scene to investigate, and Hoover fire medics responded to the scene to assess and transport Russell to UAB Hospital for an evaluation. Police were then able to obtain a statement from Carlee at both her home and the hospital, the details of which have not been released. Officials say that while this may be a tedious process, it is imperative that each piece of evidence is thoroughly evaluated in order to better reconstruct the chain of events. Now, Talitha Russell, Carlee Russell's mother, posted on Facebook Sunday morning that God is faithful. He has answered their prayers. The family is asking for privacy at this time, plans to speak in the near future, according to the Post. Now, thank you, Phoenix. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, sweetheart, for the super sticker. Commander, hi. It's good to see you. Thank you so much, Phoenix. Have you heard the update that showed the text with the dancer? No, There's a text with a dancer. I just watched a TikTok that showed correspondence with a stripper her boyfriend allegedly cheated with. Okay, here's the thing. This is what I'm not going to do with this case. I promise you guys I'm going to keep you updated. I promise you guys I'm going to continue to talk about this. I will be on here 3 times a day if I have to, just to keep you updated as things are updated. But I am not playing this bullshit that's going on TikTok. I'm not doing this because at the end of the day, what's happening right now is wrong. The very same people that have been praying for Carlee to come home, spreading all kinds of awareness, okay, talking about this case. Oh, no, that's okay. I'm glad you told me. I just want to say, I'm saying this to the people who are doing this, dear Krabby, not you, sweetheart. But thank you for telling me. But this is what has to be stopped. This is, oh, trust me, dear Krabby, I have seen a lot of things that are just ridiculous. And I'm about to get into that now. So I have seen the very same people that have been praying for Carlee to return home safely that are now demonizing this young lady because she returned home. It's almost as if these people are acting as though it's better off that something had happened to her, because that's the only way that they will believe that something really happened to her. This is ridiculous. Exactly, Commander. People are going on and on with speculation. Now all of these things are coming out there. They're editing the footage to make it seem like that there were people standing, like it's starting to get out of hand and it's ridiculous. I have seen TikToks of creators saying that they're going to take back their prayers. I have seen TikToks of people literally saying that it's her fault that Black women won't be taken seriously when they turn up missing. Let's be completely real here, okay? Hold on. Let's be completely real here, okay? How do I make this bigger? It's been so long since I've been on here. I don't even freaking know how to do it. Okay, let's be completely real here. At the end of the day, to sit here and say that it is Carlee Russell's fault why Black women will never be taken seriously when Black women turn up missing. First of all, and I've said this on a TikTok, but I'm about to say it again. 13% of the world's population of women are Black. Studies have shown in 2021, the study was conducted in 2021, 35% of Black women in this country are missing. Okay? This has been happening. Don't blame Carlee Russell for the reasons why when black women are missing, they're never taken seriously. They don't take it seriously. It's been like this. It's been like this way before this happened to Carlee Russell. To put all of that on Carlee Russell, to make that type of claim, that type of statement is ridiculous. Missing Indigenous women, okay? Thousands of cases of Indigenous missing women are reported yearly, okay? Someone's daughter, someone's mother, someone's cousin, someone's sister, okay? And at the end of the day, they don't care. They don't give a fuck. They haven't done anything. People are begging for their child's case to be heard, for them to be found. Don't ever sit here and try to blame this young lady as to why nobody cares when Black women and missing Indigenous women are missing, period. Okay? As an Afro-Indigenous woman myself, I know what would happen if I was to turn up missing. So let's stop with this bullshit nonsense because it is starting to get out of hand. Most of the people who've been praying are Christians, and they're literally saying they want to take their prayers back. What type of a Christian is that? Like, it's very upsetting. It's very upsetting, you guys. So I have had questions about this story from the very beginning, you guys. Okay? And I'm going to tell you what they are in a minute. Hold on. I'm going to tell you what those questions are in a minute. Sorry, my camera's blurry. It's been a minute. Now, I don't know why Bullhorn Betty is even talking about this case. She doesn't even fucking care about Black people. We all know she's a racist. So, yeah. Anyway, so that's so dumb. Take your prayers back. She's found now. We don't need them. Exactly, Commander. So me, my fiance and I were talking about this case. And here's the first thing that couldn't get out of my mind. As someone whose mind is constantly spinning, constantly thinking of new things, okay, trapped in my own mind. Mad genius, you guys. Most Geminis are. But anyway, I find it, and the reason why I'm going to tell you, there's a point to why I'm telling you what my questioning is, my line of questioning. And that's where we're going to end it, where I tell you why I have these questions and why I don't think that my questions really matter at this point. Not yet. And nobody else's does either. Well, she damn sure don't care about Black people, baby boop, that's for sure. So here's the thing. I don't understand how no one else seen a toddler on the highway but her. That was my first question. That was something that I couldn't get out of my head. That is something that my fiance and I were brainstorming, obviously trying to find a way to find the benefit of the doubt, but it still circles back to the same thing. Anytime I'm on the highway, which I don't drive, my fiance drives, I'm always looking out the window. My fiance is always looking out the window. But that is just something that you don't miss. Now, there are some people who could have missed it, but I don't understand how Carlee Russell is the only one who's seen a toddler, a baby on the side of the road. That is something that I just cannot get out of my head, and I don't understand it. Okay. Now, she still could have been the only one who's seen the toddler, obviously. But to me, it doesn't add up. It just doesn't add up to me, you guys. And I want you guys to tell me what you think and any questions that you may have. This is a safe place. Please feel free to express your opinion. If you want to come up, I will open the panel towards the end. I just can't stay on long because I'm not going to be on here for too long. But that was my first question. And I just kept thinking, why? Like, why is she the only one who's seen this toddler? And I'm going to tell you why. Now, not everyone is a good person. Obviously, not everyone has a kind heart, especially Carlee Russell going to school to be a nurse. I think it says a lot about her character, wanting to be a nurse. You know, when I first heard this, I swore I thought it was a ghost. Y'all, spirits are real, demons are real. I'm going to get to that too, Commander. I'm going to get to that too. So, could have been aliens. Just saying. But anyway, could have been the dark-eyed kids. I believe in all that shit. So, the next question that I had is, why is it that when she was on the phone, obviously the toddler did not respond to her? At least that's what the sister-in-law heard. Maybe the toddler was quiet and did respond to her. But regardless, I just found it odd how she got off the phone with the police to call her sister-in-law. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, she got off the phone with the police, then pulled over and called her sister-in-law. To me, even that was suspicious to me, because I thought to myself, wouldn't you want to stay on the phone with the police instead of, because she could have kept going. She could have just said, because it's really sad nowadays that there are people who will use a toddler to lure, there are traffickers that will use a toddler, their own child, to lure in innocent victims, obviously. So it's very capable of happening. But it was just a a question for me. Some 911 say hang up and wait. Some do, you're right. And that's where the benefit of the doubt rolls in. But I still will never get past how she's the only one who's seen a toddler. And now no one knows about this toddler. No one has reported a toddler missing. Now, granted, this could have been the kidnapper's child, but in the same sense, I still find it weird. Now, I think when she returned home, now there's something that I left out that I do feel like it's important for you guys to know. Now, I don't know if this story is 100% truth. The people that I've been listening to have been very accurate so far, but Carlee's parents, prior to Carlee arriving home at 10:45, Carlee's parents received a call from Red Roof Inn. Okay. And I don't know if it could have been a prank call or whatever. I don't know what was exchanged during that call. But Carlee's parents ended up letting the authorities know. And they ended up going to the Red Roof Inn to see what was going on. And the Red Roof Inn said Carlee was not here. I think they obviously showed the employees at Red Roof Inn Carlee's picture. And they said they have not seen Carlee. However, Carlee's parents did show up there. There was a car full of people, and they're pretty sure that it was Carlee's parents. Regardless, when Carlee arrived home at 10:45, thank God she's okay. I'm grateful that she's okay. Okay, grateful to God. This is something that never happened, you guys. This is not the outcome that happens. But the questions that people have, their questions are valid. Okay, even though she came home, she's safe, it is very rare for a trafficker, kidnapper, whatever, to have a change of heart and say, I'm just going to drop this girl off at the end of her road. And we don't even know where they dropped her off at. We don't know anything. Excuse me. We don't even know. But it is very rare for a trafficker or kidnapper to have a change of heart and say, I'm going to drop this girl off so she can go home. However, we don't know Carlee's story. So with all the questions that people have, they're valid, you guys. They're valid. There's something off about this story. However, I don't feel that anyone has the right to ask questions when the girl has not even told her side of the story yet. At least wait until we hear what she has to say before we just go off and say all of these accusations, saying that she's lying, saying we're finding all these holes in her story. There may be holes in her story, but wait until she speaks, because she is the only one, not even might, she is the only one who can fill in those holes of the story. At least wait until she speaks first. That's the problem that I have. It is not my place to question her, and it's nobody else's place to question her. There are some TikTokers on here. I'm going to show you guys a couple videos of TikTokers literally being the most disgusting, vile pieces of shit just because they feel they are owed something now. That's not the way that it works. My second question was, obviously, when a person is kidnapped and something rare like this happens, time is of the essence. Now, we still don't know What has happened and what she told the police, we don't know. She hasn't spoken yet. The police hasn't spoken yet. Her parents haven't spoken yet. So we don't know. But at the same time, letting her take a rest, that's not cutting it. Because at the end of the day, time is of the essence. That kidnapper has already left and escaped, and it's going to be harder to find that kidnapper, therefore making it easy for him to abduct someone else. Does that make sense? And the second person, or how many people this person is kidnapping, may not be this as lucky and as blessed as Carlee is. That's another question that I've had. These questions that people have are valid, but wait until she speaks first. And then be like, okay, something's not right. Now, hey, Sammy D, how are you? Thank you for being here. You know how much nurses are overworked? Maybe she was tired and seeing things. I mean, it was dark too. I agree with that too. When I first heard this, I swore I thought, yep, I heard that. Some 911 hang up, I got that. 3-way call. Could have been. I would like to know where the baby is too. I kind of don't want her to speak though. Why is that, Aesop? Even creators that I like and respect are disappointing me with this Carlee situation. And see, like, it's really starting to piss me off. Now, that's what we're going to go into the statistic of how many Black women are missing that are nobody cares about, how many missing Indigenous women nobody cares about, okay? A lot of people have been saying that because of what Carlee Russell has done, it's going to be hard for, they already don't take, missing Black women or Indigenous women seriously. And now it's going to be even worse if Carlee has made up this story. But here's the thing. That has nothing to do with Carlee. Period. It's been like this. And the only way it's going to change is when people start marching, okay? Peaceful marching, protesting, advocating for these types of things, okay? Talking about it, bringing awareness about it. That's where change comes from. But to sit there and blame her, it's absolutely wrong. And we all know the rarity of, and when a woman turns up missing, period, in general, it's very rare for her to have a safe return home. And I think it's very sad that people are acting like, well, she should be on, why is she alive? That's what people are pretty much asking. In their own, they're navigating around just saying that. Let's put it that way. Instead of just saying, why is she alive? She's not supposed to be alive. They're navigating around it. Like, how did this happen? How did she come home safe? This doesn't make any sense. Who dropped her off? Let the girl tell her story first. And then we can dissect her story and say, okay, this isn't adding up. And even if it's not adding up, what if she has a mental illness? We don't know. A lot of people have said that if she had a mental illness, her parents would say something. I disagree. I don't think her parents would say anything if she has a mental illness. First of all, it's nobody's damn business, for one. And for two, I don't think it was relevant to even, what's the point of even, how is that going to help Carlee's situation when she was missing to say that she has a mental illness? I just don't think that's something that her family would disclose. So yes, there's questions. I have questions. I think it is human nature to have questions, but the way some of these creators are acting, they are acting like they are owed something. Bitch, nobody owes you anything. And you ain't no damn detective. This ain't 48 hours, okay? Nobody owes you anything just because you talked and brought awareness about the story, just like every other creator out there. And some creators did it from the kindness of their heart. And guess what? Some of them did it for fucking clout. You are not owed anything. And now, not only are you getting clout off of Carlee's name when she's missing, now you're getting clout off of her name because she's found and you have a problem with her being found. So, theories. I believe in ghosts. I believe in demons. There are a lot of people, okay? It's documented that have seen ghost and demon on the highway. That's a possibility. Okay. There is a myth out there. I'm not saying that it's true, but if you ever listen to Halloween stories and things like that, there's a myth out there. There's something called these children that are called dark-eyed children. And there is documented, not necessarily evidence, but there is documented people who have claimed to see dark-eyed children. There's this one guy who has a story about seeing dark-eyed children, and his story has never fucking changed. So that could have been what she saw. You know, it could be a lot of things. But one of those theories is maybe she's highly exhausted. Okay. Maybe nursing school, like you said, who was it who said that? Nursing school is hard. It keeps you up hours. Sometimes you're up 24 hours study. Yes, nurses are overworked. Thank you, Stella. She may have been hallucinating, very tired, or she could have a mental illness and thought she saw something and she really didn't, panicked and said, you know what, I don't know what to do. Now, not necessarily would have happened like that because my fiance kind of debunked that story by saying, why would she do that? Why would she just run? All she had to do was call her mother back and say, hey, I made a mistake. I thought I saw a child. I was wrong. I was hallucinating. She could have easily told her story and this would have been over by now. But there's so many theories. I just personally think that let's please wait until this young lady tells her story before we start running at the fucking mouth and crucifying her and demonizing her, because it's not fair. And lastly, if this was a white woman, nobody would be questioning shit. I don't care what anybody says. Nobody would be questioning shit. It would not be this way. It's really sad. It's really sad that the majority of the people that I see talking about this story and demonizing this young, Black, beautiful woman are Black people, literally crucifying her. Crucifying her. It's giving white supremacy, period. And that is my opinion. These things, you don't do that. You don't just sit there and crucify your own like this, trying to destroy her. Can you imagine how hard it's going to be? Or even now with with all of the things that Carlee's parents are going through, what Carlee is going through, all of these things, can you imagine how they feel going on the internet, hearing this shit from creators? Like, some of you creators have no freaking heart. I don't know what you're talking about, Floor. What does that have to do with what I'm talking about now? Are you talking about the woman that was kidnapped and she staged the whole thing? What the hell does that have to do with anything, Floor? I'm just saying, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but this is completely different. This is a completely different situation. Period. You can't even compare the two stories. Now, I want to show you some of these TikToks that people are crucifying this young woman, and it's sad. It's really, really sad. The girl has not even told her side of the story yet. Now, there are some people who are questioning, will she ever tell her side of the story? Can she be prosecuted for this? Yes. Yes, she can. That is if she doesn't have a mental illness, I would think. But yeah, exactly, Aesop. The stories don't compare. Okay. This is a young woman who goes to college, who's seen a little toddler. It's a completely different story. It's completely different. And I'm not saying that it's not okay, Floor, for people to have questions. It's okay to have questions, but it's not okay to get on the internet, make all these damn videos questioning everything when she hasn't even told her story yet. I have questions. Aesop probably has questions. Commander probably has questions. Stella, Floor, all you guys all might have questions. But how are you going to question something when you don't even know the victim's side of the story? Wait until she talks, then dissect her story. But comparing those two situations is, there's no comparison between the two, because at the end of the day, there's no comparison. Like it really isn't. Because in my opinion, nobody, and I'll tell you why the two of those stories are different, because I'm very familiar with true crime, and we're going to be talking about true crime shit. Okay, I didn't mean to say shit. Y'all know my personality, but shit. What's her name? Sherry. She had already made a statement to the police. Then people started questioning her. Carlee hasn't even made a statement yet. There you go. There's the difference. Now, you guys are going to be upset with these TikToks. Trigger warning. And I'm not going to show a whole bunch of them, but I just want to give you guys an idea of, some of the things that people are saying, and it's embarrassing at this point. I just stopped my camera. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. I know it's late. I'm going to try to start coming on here a lot earlier. Some of y'all like my late night live. Some of you don't. But I am going to try to start coming on here earlier. They didn't question the white lady on day 2 of being, or 3 of being missing. Thank you, Commander. Love you. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not, it's the truth, and I'm going to speak the truth. That's all there is to it. The questioning is happening too fast. As soon as that young lady came home, people started making videos, questioning everything. They started dissecting the case as soon. Thank you, Catherine. Great minds think alike. As soon as I was saying that, you were typing probably. They started dissecting the case as soon as the camera footage came out, and everyone started making up stories and rumors. Right. And they're still making up stories and rumors, just like who was that? I think it was Stella. I could be wrong, and I apologize if I'm wrong. But somebody had said that her boyfriend was cheating on her. Come on now. Like, how do we know this? And why does it matter? The Papini lady wasn't questioned on day 2, 3 of being missing. Sorry, I named her white lady. My bad. That's okay. Nope, I saw in chats people questioned before she came home. Yep. I think people want answers now. They can wait. They have to wait, period, Phoenix. It's very much human nature to have questions, but to have, without this young lady even saying anything. Now, I will tell you this, and you guys can leave down in the comments how you feel. If a story isn't, okay, what if, just say this scenario, she doesn't say anything at all. I'm not going to lie, I might be a little bit upset. And I'll tell you why. Some people feel like she doesn't owe anybody an explanation, but I do think that it is important to at least tell what happened, because so many people were worried about you, praying for you. And I'm not even talking about creators that made videos about you, your parents. Like, if she didn't say anything at all, I'm not going to say I'd be upset and make a video venting and come on live venting to you guys. But I might vent a little bit. Sorry, you guys. I might vent to you guys a little bit if she didn't say her story. So hold on one second, you guys. I have to help my son real quick. Talk amongst yourselves. Yeah, they were saying she went to meet friends in that neighborhood. This woman is an adult. She can go see her friends without her parents' permission. Come on. Exactly. I think TikTok makes bullshit spread like a wildfire. It's true. It's very true. But you guys, that's what I want you to tell me. How would you feel if she never told her side of the story? I do think I would vent a little bit. But at the end of the day, she don't owe nobody shit. Let's be real here. But I do think that I would be very upset because it leaves the room for people to literally just continue to spread lies, fabricate, and it's really not fair to her, you know? Okay, be right back. 1 second. Okay, sorry, you guys. Boy, mom, it never ends from sun up to sundown.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Okay, let me read the comments, see what you guys said. Now, before I left, I asked if you guys will be mad if she didn't tell the story at all. Phoenix says you would be a little bit upset. That's why I only have YouTube. I feel you. I love TikTok. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I've really been growing my platform there, but I try to stay away from the nonsense, though. You know what I mean? I think the moral of the story is stay objective and keep an open mind until she tells her story. Exactly. It needs to be addressed because if it's true that someone is using children as bait on an interstate to kidnap women, then the public needs to know about it. I agree. 100%. Baby boop. I agree. Yes, baby boop. LE should give some closure or warning depending on the outcome of their investigation, which they have said is currently finishing up, and they will address the public. Right. Yes, please hit the like button, you guys. I appreciate y'all. Hi, beautiful lady. Hope you're doing good. Hello, chat. Hi, mermaid. How are you? Thank you for being here. Thank you for stopping by. I really hope she does come out and tells her story no matter what it is. Exactly. I agree. Like, now, here's the thing. Now, if let's just say, that this whole thing was made up, and maybe she has a mental illness. I think the police have to say something about that. Like, they can't just, the police have to make some kind of statement, but I would be very, I guess, upset if I didn't hear her side of the story, like, because it just leaves room for people to speculate. And I believe that, she should, at least have that closure to be able to tell what happened, just like what you said, what Commander said, and what Baby Boop said. The public needs to know about this. It is very, very disgusting, but yet so, I don't even know, inhumane to use your own child to bait victims. But it has happened. You know what I'm saying? In history, it has happened. I forget the guy who did that, but he used, and I don't even think this was his own child, but he used somebody that he kidnapped prior to kidnap little boys. And it was just, if you think about it, it's a very easy thing for predators to do, because most likely, and I'm not saying in every scenario, but most likely it's going to be a woman that pulls over to check on that child. You know what I'm saying? If they're on the side of the highway. But what a risk to do something like that, And it's just disgusting, you guys. Like, it's disgusting. Yes, they use pets too. Yep, that's true. I'm good, thank you. I've missed you. Sad I'm late, but so glad I made the live. It's okay. I'm glad you're here. You can catch the replay. And like I said, I'm slowly transitioning back to be consistent. I do have some videos too that I have to edit and upload, but I will definitely be on here more often. And I always miss you guys. You guys are absolutely amazing. I'm very blessed to have the loyal people that I have behind me, and I'm behind y'all no matter what. I got y'all's back. But sometimes, and it's not that you lose passion. That's not what it is. You can lose passion, but sometimes you just need to know when to take a step back. You know what I'm saying? And taking a step back, it doesn't have anything to do with anybody else but yourself. And I think a lot of that needs to happen on YouTube. There are a lot of creators that needs to take a step back sometimes and reflect. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. So thank you for being here. I appreciate all of you. So ultimately, I am very, very anxious to hear her story. Let me show you a couple of TikToks really quick. I'm very, very anxious to hear her story, but in the same sense, the things that people are saying and talking about taking their prayers back, you guys, like, it's sick. It is sick. What kind of Christian? Sorry about that, you guys. What kind of a Christian? Hold on. It's my screen share because this girl's a trip. Anyway, hold on. I have to mute real quick, y'all.
I'm going to say this. Everything that I've been saying, a lot of people have been coming against it. People saying, oh, you're bashing black women and blah, 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 blah. Not bashing anybody. I told you, I'm happy that she's home, that she's safe, right? But this became a national headline, right? So everything that I've been saying, as far as there's a lot of inconsistencies, there's a lot of questionable things. I'm going to say this. Everything that I've been saying, a lot of people have been coming against it. People saying, oh, you're bashing black women and blah, 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 blah. Not bashing anybody. I told you, I'm happy that she's home, that she's safe, right? But this became a national headline, right? So everything that I've been saying, as far as there's a lot of inconsistencies, there's a lot of questionable things. Things don't sit right. They don't seem right. So maybe you can take it better hearing it from a former FBI agent.
Police say this is an ongoing investigation. What are they doing right now to either validate or invalidate her story?
Well, I think certainly if you look at the physical evidence, and I would start obviously with the video evidence of the camera that picked up the car along the interstate, Certainly the camera or the video does not in any way show a toddler near or in any proximity to where she ultimately stopped. In fact, if you watch the video, she actually goes down the highway for a good distance before she finally comes to a stop. The first thing as an investigator, I think anybody could appreciate that if you saw a toddler in the middle of the night out there on an interstate, you would stop your car instantly and get out frantically and try to protect that child. The behavior of seeing the car continue down the highway, number one, is inconsistent with the belief that in fact there was a child along the road. Also, I think you would understand and appreciate and anticipate that other motorists would have made the same observations and would have called 911 or would have stopped their vehicles, obviously to render aid to this child in obviously grave danger. So those are the obvious direct evidence that I would have a problem with. I see this case, unfortunately, more as she may have been involved with someone else, and maybe in order to have an alibi for where she was. I think we may see this case unravel in the days to come.
So, Stuart.
What the fuck? So now it's not even just creators on social media who is making speculation. It's now the news that are making these speculations now. This is crazy, dude. Like, this is fucking crazy. I never even fucking thought of that, though. An alibi. But what the hell would she have to do that for? That doesn't make any sense. I don't agree with that. She could have looped around and came back, because if she saw a child, she probably was going too fast to stop in time. Maybe. But I'm still waiting for her to fill in these holes in her story. But let's be real here. I'm always going to keep it a buck. This story doesn't add up. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that it does. Okay? And it's not because she came home. It's other things that don't add up to me. Okay? It is human nature. If you are naturally a good person, I just don't understand how she is. That question will never leave my mind, and I cannot wait until she tells her side of the story so I can know. Okay, so we all can know. But that's a question that won't leave my mind. I don't understand how she is the only one who's seen a toddler. Okay. I'm going to show you others. Okay, just a couple more. After this one's finished, obviously.
Stuart, how do investigators go about tracking her account, putting some of these pieces together?
Well, the first thing is the cell phone was left on the side of the road. And so, of course, it is my understanding that the phone will not offer any information with respect to after she allegedly was abducted. However, the phone will be of importance to backtrack and see who she was talking to, who she was texting, and most importantly, in fact, we saw the advancement of this technology, the location services that are indicative now in all cell phones, where it can pinpoint with direct accuracy as to where she was at any particular time. They'll be able to go back and see where or whether or not, in fact, there's some validity to where she was coming from. I think they're going to look at that cell phone information. And then, of course, they're going to attempt to interview her and see whether or not the story that was alleged does it, in fact, pair up with the physical evidence. But again, that's to be seen. And again, the other obvious thing when we talk about direct evidence is that if someone was abducted, as soon as you would break free from your captive, you would not walk home. You would immediately go to the first person or the first house or the first someone and obviously get someone to call 911 and render assistance to you. This idea that you walked home is inconceivable. It's not believable. And it's not.
This is bullshit. I cannot believe that a former FBI agent is making all of this speculation when she hasn't even made a statement yet. I cannot believe the news is allowing this. But do you see what I'm talking about? This is crazy to me. Like, this is crazy. Exactly. Someone could have gave her a ride home. There's so many explanations as to why she made it home.
Not consistent with logic. And so that in and of itself is going to be a problem for her.
A lot of gaps in the story, a lot law enforcement didn't say. We'll await those details. Stuart Kaplan, thank you for the breakdown.
There you have it. Everything that I've been saying, if you go back and look at my videos, I've been saying the same exact thing. We had to go through training when I went through loss prevention training, especially to become a regional loss prevention manager. We had to go through the same type training that police officers go through. And I look at stuff, I look at it deep just to find out what's going on. Just like when people send me stories, I want to look into them to make sure that they match, if there's inconsistencies, if something is off, whatever. Yeah, that's what you call investigative reporting, right? That way you have your facts straight. All right. Sometimes you're off. You know, I've admitted my faults before when I was off, but this one, no. There's a lot of stuff that's off. I've been saying that from the beginning when I first did a story on this right here. That's why I waited to do something on it, because I was looking into a lot of things. So there you have it right there, okay?
This is a prime example of the way a lot of TikTokers are acting, you know, right now. And ASAP, you nailed it with this comment. Okay. Black people are harder on Black people than anyone else, and that's the damn truth. Okay, that's the truth. This dude, her statement has not been released, so how can you say that? I can't believe an ex-FBI agent is commenting on this, and now the news is even saying her story doesn't add up, and she hasn't even told her story. Like, I just can't believe this. Let's go to the next one.
Y'all, I'm going to say something, and I don't give a fuck who feels no type of way about it. Carlee Russell sat her ass up there and fucking lied to the world. That's exactly what she did. Because where is the missing toddler? So they just let you go and took you back home? The shit ain't adding up. The math is not motherfucking mathing. You not finna sit here and convince the world that you saw a child on the side of the road. You're gone for a day or two, and then you just magically pop back up at home. There's no Amber Alert out for this missing child. There's no sketches of what the child could potentially look like. And now you don't want to talk. You don't want to talk now because, for one, you're going to have to prepare yourself to get you a lawyer. For two, you don't want to say the wrong shit that's going to really give us the whole presentation of you fucking sat there and made that shit up. I'm mad as fuck. And for the motherfuckers who's sitting out there saying she doesn't owe us nothing, yes, the fuck she do. I am 30 years old, single mother of 2. And it's a lot going on in this world. So when the shit happened, yes, it made me feel some type of way. Like, our hearts were really going out for this girl and her family, hoping that nothing genuinely happened to her. And for the shit to happen how it happened, it's not giving, sis. It's giving real.
Let me tell you something, sweetheart. In this world, nobody owes you shit. I don't care how much you prayed for her. You're supposed to. I don't care how much awareness you brought. That's what a good person is going to do. They're going to use their platform for the greater good, just like I do and all the other creators who do this from the kindness of their heart instead of just doing this shit for clout. But she still doesn't owe you shit. Just because you prayed for her, because you prayed for her, she owes you something. Because you were worried about her, she owes you something. Because you have kids, she owes you something. I have questions too. But she damn sure don't owe nobody shit.
It's giving real, I'm a attention seeker. It's giving real, I want some attention. It's giving, I planned this shit out, but
it's giving you're a narcissist. It's giving you're pretty cold-hearted for saying this shit. That's what it's giving.
I wasn't aware of the traffic cameras. So when the videos come out, you realize then that you had fucked up and that you couldn't go on with your little plan because it was so many videos out there that's being shared around the world showing that the shit that you claiming is not adding up. So yes, you do owe us an explanation. You owe us a lot of fucking explanation. It's people's tax, literally our tax dollars that went into the searches for looking for you. The police is lined up and doing their research and did it like yes, bitch, you owe us a fucking lot. Yes. And don't say, I don't want to hear no, oh, you had a mental breakdown. No, bitch, you was looking for some fucking attention and wasn't expecting the videos to get out. That's what the fuck happened. Y'all, I'm gonna say something and I don't give a fuck who.
Wow. You see, this is what the majority of creators are saying now. The very same creators that were praying for this young lady's safe return the day before yesterday is now demonizing her. But just like I said earlier, I would definitely vent a little bit if she chose not to tell her side of the story, because I do want to know her side of the story. Obviously, we all do. But she doesn't owe a shit. No matter how much, just because you prayed for her, so now she has an obligation to tell people who prayed for her what happened to her. That's not how it works. That's not life. And the fact that you are saying all of these things when she hasn't even spoken yet, and to sit there and say that she's probably not speaking because she's talking to an attorney told her not to talk. Oh, well. There ain't shit that we can do about that. Because no matter what, at the end of the day, like I always say, no matter what, even if she did make this entire story up, we don't know her reasoning behind it. It might not be for attention. It could be because she has a mental illness. We don't know. What's terrible, Tia, is I feel these people are acting this way and assuming things because her parents are well off and assuming she is spoiled or something. Probably. Oh, hi, Kelval. It's good to see you too. I'm so happy to see you. I'm glad you're here. Make sure you watch the replay, because I don't know if you've heard about Carlee Russell, but that's what we're discussing today. And I'm going to continue to keep you guys updated on this case. No matter, even if I go live 3 times a day, I will keep you guys updated. And also, I am obviously going to be more consistent now. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm navigating my life to be more consistent now, okay? I want to hear lots of apologies if and when we find out this young lady did not lie or create a hoax. Exactly. Commander always keeps it real. That's just the truth. There's going to be a lot of apologies that need to be made. Okay, I want to see people's faces when they have to get on here and say, I made a mistake. If once this young lady comes out with her story and we find out this is not a hoax and that she's not lying, people are going to have so much apologies to do. But you want to know what? All we're going to hear is crickets. The same way they're complaining that they hear nothing but crickets from Carlee, it's going to be nothing but crickets if they have to have an apology. People are too narcissistic these days to actually think that this young lady owes you something because you prayed for her or brought awareness about her case. Some of you people are acting like you're damn detectives and solved this case and helped her get back home. You're acting like you walked her to the door. You walked her to her parents' house. Get over yourselves. It's giving narcissism. And narcissists don't apologize. So that's just the truth. Okay, one more, just to give you guys a little bit of example of what people are saying. I'm going to play one more, and then we're going to wrap this up. Okay. Who was the other one? I can't remember what his name was, but I wanted you guys to see this man right here, you guys. This man right here.
Sister Carlee Russell is missing.
This man right here, a creator here on TikTok, because he said that Carlee Russell is his sister. Do you want to know how many followers he gained by saying this is his sister when Carlee Russell is not his sister? 70,000 followers in the course of 2 days because he said she is his sister. Or they, I don't know his pronouns, so forgive me for that. But at the end of the day, people are really chasing clout over this fucking case, okay? Now, eventually he did say this is his sister through Christ, but it took him a while to say that, okay? And he gained 70,000 followers. But he's not the one that I wanted you guys to see. Where is this person? This one right here.
We're going to talk about this Carlee Russell story. Yes, I got opinions. Yes, I'm going to be the asshole this morning. No, you ain't going to like a fucking thing I'm saying. And no, I don't give a fuck about you.
This is very important, and it's good to end it off with this particular video, you guys. I want you to listen to what this creator is saying, and I want you to listen to the creator that is stitching him and what she says at the end. Listen carefully.
Your feelings. Now that we cleared all that up, don't want your feelings hurt, scroll on now, that's your trigger warning. Because homie knows he ain't the only one that smells absolute fish ass on this story. It's got more holes in a slice of Swiss cheese and I ain't buying a fucking word of it at this point. Story's so damn fishy, it got salmonella. Like I'm talking supercalifragilistic stink ass coochie. Story make as much sense as bobbing for apples on the fucking ocean floor next to the Titanic inside the Titan submersible. If you believe a word of it, you just be a damn fool at this point. You know they found this woman alive this morning after 50 some hours. And while that is absolutely fucking great, fantastic, no better news could have been had from this story. The problem I'm having is all these creators in the news hollering, oh, it don't matter. It don't matter what happened. The fact that she's here, that's all that matters. Oh, that's the most important factor. Yes, I agree with that. Not all that motherfucking matters. Nah, the truth fucking matters here. Because the precedent that you said, if it was a hoax, or it was staged, or it was a mental health breakdown, cry for help, whatever the ifs may be, if you normalize this and glorify this without knowing the actual truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth of this story, and no action is taken if any of those things turn out to be true, how many times you think this will happen? This attention-seeking behavior, if that turns out to be what it was, across the country. This story blew up. How many more people that you think will do that? Yes, it motherfucking matters what happened. You can be happy that they found her and also not settle for the bullshit, which is what we're being fed at this point. Because if you expect me to believe that some crime lords in the human child sex trafficking ring, some random abductor stalked this lady, followed this lady, procured a child unknown origin that only she and them could see on a busy interstate highway in the butt crack of dark. Drug this woman through the forest, kidnapped her, got away, and had a 2-day head start on the popo. That after 50-some hours, they just turn around and have a change of heart and let the victim go on the honor system after she could potentially identify them. Just drop her back off at her parents' house, a hotel, have a friend drive her home. Oh, we're sorry, my bad. Nah, that bullshit don't happen. Nah, they would have wasted this girl like GTA motherfucking 6. That's motherfucking real talk. I see, sis, they don't got away with it. Ain't nobody going through all that and take the risk of getting caught. Hell no. You believe that? You delusion. Got some oceanfront property in Kentucky. I say you right now, no deed required. Because if some of you here on the Lord's internet are narcissistic and delusional enough, thinking you actually spread the word and actually done something, hell, some of y'all act like you brought her home yourself. That you turned the heat up so high on these people that you caused traffickers to rethink their morality. Be for motherfucking real. Y'all a trip out here. We may never know the true story here, but we know what ain't the fucking true story. And that's the shit sandwich we being fed. If you normalize this, glorify this behavior, if it is a hoax with no consequences to this person, how many people you think gonna do this? I said what I motherfucking said, period.
Wow. You said a lot. You said a lot, especially considering you're the color of air. The entitlement, the white rage. So I'm going to guess that because of all of this rage and hostility you have towards her and that family, that you must have donated and spent the last 2 days passing out flyers and joining the search team looking for that young woman. You did, right? The entitlement that you think you have, that you are owed the truth. Where is your humanity? Because if it does come out that Carlee was having a mental health break or that she faked her kidnapping for whatever reason or whatever bullshit story you all want to come up with, or if the truth does come out to be something of that type of version, I would see a woman who needed help. I would see a woman who may be in a mental health crisis and was crying for help at the time. You see a Black woman who needs to be held accountable for her fake kidnapping. You are not owed anything. And we may not hear the results of any investigation, considering it is still ongoing. So while you and your curdled cottage cheese followers are all over there blaming a Black woman, a Black family for faking and doing it for TV time, I'm going to take this opportunity to drop some statistics about Black women, Indigenous women, and people of color. St. Louis reported 200 Black girls missing. In 2020, a third of missing people are Black women. 100,000 Black women reported missing in 2020. 1.5 million women have experienced violence in their lifetime. There were 5,293 incidences reported, where only 690 cases were logged into the federal database. 40% of victims of sex trafficking are identified as American Indian or Alaska Native women. News coverage of Gabby Petito spread like wildfire. Meanwhile, currently today, there are people protesting and begging the government to find Indigenous women's remains in a landfill. And we get told no. And not just no. The government rules that they can remove the blockade. And it wasn't until just recently that states like California with the feather alert system, the state of Washington and Colorado both have put alert systems in place for missing Indigenous people. So you can miss me with the bullshit about your demand to know everything and your demand for having to know the truth, because the truth is Black women and Indigenous people go missing at alarming rates, and no one is talking about it other than the fact that you want to drag Carlee and her family through the mud. Because to me, it doesn't matter what the story is or what took place. What matters is that she came home and she is safe with her family and can get the help, whether it be physical or mental help, that she deserves and needs. Take that white rage and fragility on somewhere, because I don't want to hear it. And instead of blaming Black people and people of color, why don't you do something? Why don't you work on getting these systems improved? Why don't you work on regulation? Why don't you work on the alert systems? Why don't you help? Why don't you raise awareness for the validity and the necessity of these systems? But I'm sure that you're not going to, and I'm sure that you're going to continue doing what the alabaster demons always do. Blame the Black Indigenous people of color so that you can uphold the systems that are already in place. Why don't you do that?
She nailed it. I don't like, it's true. Aesop, look, Google it. And the reason why I know that it's true is because I do a lot, you know, sometimes I do it for my TikTok live streams. I was always under the assumption that I was very ignorant. I'm not going to lie. I was always under the assumption that I was half Native American, because my father, I always thought I was just half Indian. But I'm Indigenous, which is pretty much the same as Indian, but obviously we all know what Indigenous means. And I didn't know that until I did my own research and, you know, did my due diligence and figured that out for myself, because I really didn't know much of my father. I remember, you know, some things, but I was very young. And I, like, when I go on TikTok lives, I want to be very informed when I'm debating people. So I have had to look up, especially with that being a part of me, I had to look up how many missing Indigenous women there are. And the numbers are outrageous, Commander. It's very, very bad. So that's why I wanted you guys to see that, because it's important. Now, there's one place that I don't agree with her in. And the only place where I don't agree with her is we are all trying to give Carlee the benefit of the doubt, and that's okay. Which means that it could be, if she was lying, it could be stemmed from a mental illness, but we don't know that. We don't know if she was lying. If she is lying, we don't know that she's lying at all. We haven't heard her story. But if there is a chance that she is lying, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's from mental illness. We don't know anything yet. So, but let's just say that it was mental illness. Yes, it's great that hopefully it's not great. It's great that she's home and she can get the help she needs. However, if it's from a place of her trying to hide something or doing something, well, I don't agree with that. And she would have to suffer the consequences for her actions. If it was just because she was doing something to cover something up or she wanted attention, well, you have to pay the price for that. So all of this speculation, it doesn't do anything but cause confusion, because nobody knows her side of the story, and we don't even know what's a lie, what's the truth, and we won't know until we hear from her. You know what I mean? We won't know. So Wait. So the indigenous women statistics include Black women? No. Mm-mm. It's just indigenous women. Maybe you can do a video or short with statistics. I will. I can do that sometime this week or next week. I will. There is thousands of missing indigenous women that are reported here in the US and also including Canada, Commander. And it's reported yearly. Yearly. So yes, I would definitely both on, because this is my heritage. So I always try to keep myself well informed. So I will do either a live stream or video because it is important and it's something that I will talk about sometime this week or next week. I'll do a live stream or a video. No, they're separate. Yeah, they're always separate. She's only the second person who I heard refer to white people. But yes, facts that they don't want to look at though, but they do all this over an ongoing investigation. That's horrible. It is. Curdled cottage cheese. I agree, Phoenix. No one is owed anything. Facts that they don't want to. Oh yeah, I read that. I'm just joining in now for replay, but I've missed you. Glad to see you back, Tia. I'm glad to see you too, Sarah. Thank you for being here. And let me know what you think when you watch the replay. I can't believe people say most people don't come home. That it is true. It is true. Most people don't come home, but it's like, this is something to celebrate, right? She's home. This is not the normal outcome, you know? I've seen documentaries on indigenous women. Me too, Commander. It's really sad. It's really sad. Like, there's a story, and then I'm going to wrap this up. There's a story that I want to cover. It is this young lady, and she was a young teen mom. And I think she lived in Canada. I'm pretty sure it was Canada. And she had somewhere to go or something, and she was hitchhiking, and a trucker had picked her up, right? And she wanted to go to a certain place, and obviously she was familiar with her surroundings, and she knew that this trucker was taking her somewhere where she didn't know. And while she was in the truck with this trucker as a passenger, her phone had rang, and it was her brother from prison. And because they record the entire phone call, you could hear I cannot remember her name, but I do want to cover the story. You could hear her telling the trucker, "Where are you going? This is not the right place. This is not where I told you to take me." And the trucker kept saying, "Oh," you could hear the trucker's voice. It's on record. You could hear the trucker's voice saying, "Oh, no, I'm taking another way." And the next day, this young lady they found her body. Indigenous young lady, I think she had a little boy, gone. And they never found out who did it, even though they have this trucker's voice, even though people have called in and said, "I know who this is. I know this trucker." They give the name, everything. The police have not done an investigation. They don't care. And I know that there are some stipulations, because when you are indigenous, and that's things that I have to know too. I have to know which tribe my father was a part of and all that kind of stuff. But there are stipulations when it comes to that, because the police can only do, I know that they can only do so much, because the tribe has some kind of say so too. I cannot remember how it goes, but we'll get all into that. But it's a very sad story, because the police have been notified. There have been people who called the police and said, "I know this man. I know that voice anywhere." And the police have not investigated. This woman's crime remains unsolved. And not only, Commander, do these statistics involve missing Indigenous women, but it also involves Indigenous women who are who have been unalived and are deceased, and they have not investigated or even tried to find out who the killer was. You know, it's sad. It's very, very sad. Most out either dead or hurt. Right, Phoenix. Either way, her parents had been in hell for 3 days. I couldn't imagine, Aesop. I could not imagine. Have y'all watched Alaska Daily? I haven't. That's a good idea, though. I need to watch that. Anastasia. Trafficking, all that stuff. Yeah. But this was a great live. I loved, excuse me, the interaction that you guys did with me. I love hearing you guys' opinions. And your opinions are always, I always want to know you guys' opinions. You guys have changed my opinion about a few things. So thank you for that. I, excuse me, every single time that I get on live, I realize how much I love this. You know what I'm saying? How much I love talking to you guys, and how much I love just talking shit with y'all, talking shit about, what's her name again? What the hell's her name? Oh, Megamouth. Yeah, cat lady, whatever the fuck you want to call her. You know, and we're going to get back to all of that. I won't be on here tomorrow, but I will definitely be on here Wednesday. If there are any updates with this case, I will be back periodically, whatever, just to let you guys know. No matter what, if there's any breaking news in this case, I will go live, whether it's morning, noon, night. I don't care, because I want to keep you guys informed with this. Even though you can get informed somewhere else, I'd rather you guys get informed from me. Oh, Lord. Anyway, because we're besties. You guys know what I mean. You guys would rather hear from me. You know, it is what it is. But oops, sorry, I accidentally muted myself. But yeah, that's the truth. We don't know her anymore. So happy she is forgotten. I love that. I love that. Have a great night, hon. We love you and missed you. Gonna catch up on the live I miss. Oh, thank you so much, Mermaid. I will see you on Wednesday. Thank you to my amazing mods, Commander, Aesop, whoever else is a mod that's in here. Thank you so much. Thank you for being so amazing. I will be here for sure on Wednesday. I don't know which case that I'm going to be talking about, if I'm even going to be talking about a case. There are some things with Dre McCray that I want to talk to you guys about. So we will do that on Wednesday. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your night. And thank you for taking the time out of your day to spend time with little old me. I have so much footage to show you guys with the kids and everything. I cannot wait to finish editing. I will see you guys on Wednesday. I hope you guys have an amazing night. And if you find out anything before I do, please don't hesitate to email me. My email is always in my description, or you can message me on Facebook, whatever. If you have any information that I don't disclose that you feel I need to know, please get a hold of me. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys on Wednesday. Missed you guys. Bye. Love y'all. Deuces. Deuces. All right. What do I usually do? Oh, yeah, I play the outro. Where is that? It's been so long, you guys. It's been so long. Wait. Okay. I'm going to play the outro now. Love y'all. Bye. Deuces.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you you know I'm gon' feed 'em. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp, so freezing, so cold, behold, frost